another live stream. This is I almost fucked that intro. This is Bro Talk MMA. I'm your host UTICA, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro host extraordinaires.
It's back with your boy, guaranteed, Mr. Moneymaker, Mr. Never Miss, Mr. Get That Paper. How we doing over here, Ray?
Y'all know what it is. It's RayBuck. It's Chuckle Jordan. It is Ray Mysterio Jr. It is Mr. Hand me my belt. Give me my fucking crown. Mr. I beat these two fucking goons last week, but that's not my goal. Unfortunately, last week was a little rough, but again, I still did it.
All right, that was a very spirited intro. I like that. I like that. You did beat us on the card, but yeah, I think overall UFC 319 was a wacky sequence of events. Is how I'm going to put that.
Absolutely.
Very wacky. But we're here to cover this weekend's card, which I'm glad that we got here today. Usually we get together on Fridays, but we had to get together today because shit. These fights are going to be taking place basically Friday night. Even though it's going to be technically Saturday, if you're out and about on Friday night, just remember you could fuck around and come home to fights after a night out, or you could fucking blow past the fights having too much fun. But we're here to cover this weekend's fight card. It's UFC Shanghai going down in China. It's a 12 fight card. Headlined by a light heavyweight matchup between Johnny Walker going up against what's his name, Zhang? Minyang Zhang.
I can't pronounce, bro. Zhang Mingyang.
There we go. So we're gonna start things off with the first fight of the night. We got a light heavyweight matchup to begin things between Dr. Nergoze going up against Uran Sadibaldiv. This is going to be, let's see here, Nergoze, they are going to be 0-1 in the UFC, 10-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. We got Sadibaldiv coming in 0-1 in the UFC, 9-1 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. I'm going to be going with Sadibaldiv in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be the older of the 2 by 3 years, bigger, a striker primarily. And really, I don't have too much information on them, so mostly what I'm going off with in this one, given that they both kind of, were a dub in their first fight in the UFC. Sadibaldiv fought against better competition in Martin Budai and took him to a decision, whereas Nergoze took on Bredson Ribeiro. And Bredson Ribeiro's kind of right now, and he actually got him out of there real fast with a Kimura, which, I mean, this dude's from Kazakhstan, so I just, it was kind of wild to me that he got put away, let alone by Bredson Ribeiro by a fucking Kimura. So he's going to be the younger and smaller of the two, a striker primarily in his own right. But like I said, his strength of competition compared to Sadibaldiv, even though they both lost, I just feel like the way that Sadibaldiv handled himself compared to Nergoze, I got to go with Baldiv. Who we got?
I took Dr. Nergoze. He's an underdog. I like that. He has a lot of first-round finishes. He has a lot of strong, dominant wrestling attributes. He's a pretty doggy fighter, though. Sadibaldiv is a good ground and pound. He has really good stand-up as well. His boxing's pretty crisp. I went for the underdog. I feel like he's going to be trying to make this a wrestling match. And, usually these guys are going to have some heavy cardio and some good range management. And I feel like this is going to be a wrestling match predominantly if it goes towards Nergoze's way. So I got Nergoze for the decision. What do you got, Ray?
Nergoze for the win because he's not Chinese.
That logic makes more sense than the slap and who's a bitch. You know what I mean?
Oh shit! Before we
Go
ahead.
We're making more sense of this how Ray's getting these picks. The secrets are coming out.
Before we get into the next bout, shout outs Tyler Fish in the chat with some breaking news potentially, at least for the show. I was watching the Chinese weigh-in stream. Ortega missed weight and looks like the fight's off, but not 100% confirmed
God,
though.
I hope not.
Oh my God! If Ortega missed weight, bruh, for this co-main
Out of
event,
the UFC, you are.
oh my God! I mean, they just got rid of Brian Battle.
They got rid of Budai. He fucking won.
And let me also tell you, like, when you miss weight, that's a lack of discipline. And that being said, even if he goes through with the fight, he's probably going to get his ass whipped, unless he's, like, crazy out of weight, right? If he's, you know what I mean, I would say 2+ pounds heavier, then and the person fights them, there's a possibility he wins. If he's 2 less pounds, but he's like in that little fucking bubble, then that just means he's fucking undisciplined and like I don't fuck with him, and so like I don't fuck with that fighter. He's gonna lose. We'll see what happens though.
Good breakdown, Ray.
Yo, shout out Gomez in the chat. Zhang gonna KO Walker. Hey, we'll get to that later, but I see what you're saying, Gomez, and I feel it. I feel it.
You almost made my man Ray have a stroke.
Moving on to a bantamweight matchup, we have Long Zhao going up against Su Young Yu. We got Zhao coming in. They are 1-1 in the UFC, 27-9 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5. We got Yu coming in, 2-0 in the UFC, 15-3 with 2 no contests overall, and are 4-0 with 1 no contest in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be going with Zhao in this one by either sub or KO. They're going to be the younger and the bigger of the two, well-rounded in their skill set, but really what I noticed in their last fight is that they put the fucking pedal to the metal. They go balls out. And I feel like that's the kind of energy they definitely need to channel in this bout as well. They just need to keep this fight close, put the pressure on you, and get them up against the cage and eventually down to the ground if possible. They're gonna what they need to avoid is chasing you around the cage. I think you being the older of the two and smaller of the two and well-rounded in their own skill set. He's a lot more measured in his approach, and I think, I see them keeping this fight at distance and really just trying to point fight their way to victory. If they start seeing entries for, places that they find an advantage in, then, it's either they'll piece Zhao up on the feet with Zhao just chasing them around the ring or the cage, or they'll notice that they have an advantage on the ground and then, either maintain control or take care of it from there. But ultimately, I think Zhao's got this one. That's who I'm going with. Who we got?
I took Long Xiao as well. I feel like he was the harder hitter, and the difference maker in this match is pretty even, except I feel like Xiao's got the better gas tank. He's going to come out with high output. He's an exciting fighter to watch, and he really tries to put this away in the first couple of rounds. He doesn't like leaving to decisions, but I feel like the range management and his cardio is going to be the difference maker. Su Young has awesome takedown. He's a great wrestler. He's a good ground and pound. I just don't feel like he's got the stamina and the cardio that Xiao's going to bring. So I'm going with Xiao. What do you think, Ray?
I think that's trash. I'm going to tell you that fucking Yu's going to win. Why is Yu going to win? Not you, but Yu is going to win is because you just said it. He's a fucking wrestler. A wrestler without stamina, that's fucking crazy work. What are we talking about? Wrestlers have all the fucking stamina. Wrestlers are always going to be the hardest fighters to go ahead and take down. And he's going to fucking make short work. What?
I'm paying attention.
Yeah, pay fucking attention. Pay attention. Pay attention to the greatness. Pay attention to the great one. Pay attention to the one that even with that last card was still at 50%. What can you say about that, huh?
You got it.
That's right.
I mean, I think going 11-1 against somebody as opposed to 6-6. Yeah. I mean, that's like, being at the top of a shit pile. But hey,
you were definitely
you won.
Definitely the smartest retard last weekend.
You won
for sure.
as I don't want to shit on my co-hosts, I will not bring up any of their shortcomings that have happened recently, other than me being a winner. Like, you know what I mean? 50%, pretty fucking solid. But that being said, you is going to win. You has cardio because you is the wrestler. You is going to take people down. You is not Chinese. He's Korean.
I didn't say he didn't
South
have a gas
Korean.
tank. I said he didn't have the gas tank that Shao was bringing.
Yeah, you did say that. But you also said he was a wrestler. And we all know that wrestlers have the greatest gas tank. Ask my last 3 chicks.
Yo, shouts out to Cesar Marin in the chat.
Shouts out to my last 3 chicks.
Sup, gangster? Sup, gangster? Back. Let's go. Moving on to a featherweight matchup. We got Yiza going up against Weston Wilson. We got Yiza coming in. They are 0-2 in the UFC, 25-5 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Wilson coming in 1-2 in the UFC, 17-9 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5. Yiza's coming in as a super favorite, given that they haven't won officially yet in the UFC. So that says a lot about Weston Wilson, if you ask me. But I'm gonna go with Yiza by either sub or KO.
Excellent pick, Cameron.
They're gonna be
Excellent fucking pick.
they're gonna be the younger and smaller of the two. Well-rounded, but definitely leans towards their grappling. Not much info on them outside of that, but I just feel like they should be able to get this done against Wilson. Wilson's definitely gonna bring the fight to them, so something's gonna fucking give regardless. And in that, with that, I feel like a finish should present itself pretty easily to Yiza. He just needs to keep this close, get Wilson, up against the cage, eventually to the ground, but stay measured because I feel like, Wilson could try and draw this one out, try and test Yiza's cardio and shit like that. So I'm going to be going with Yiza. Wilson is the older of the two by 8 years, the bigger of the two, well-rounded, but definitely leans towards their grappling. Has faced better competition in their tenure, but right now he's just playing the role of favor guy for the UFC. Doesn't like to go to the cards, like I said. He will be bringing the fight to Yiza, so this one will be finishing. So if you don't have a pick, at least go for this being like under 2.5.
I took Yiza as well. He is a powerful grappler. Powerful grappler. There's not a whole lot of people that he's dealt with on the ground that he hasn't outmatched. Weston Wilson is a stand-up karate striker, so he's going to be looking to strike and to be in and out with some boxing. But I don't feel like Yiza is going to give him the opportunity. Yiza not only hits hard, but there's a reason why the odds are the way they are, and it's because he's a dominant wrestler. And anybody that's a dominant wrestler and you go up against these predominant strikers, if the striker's not known for being an elite striker, they usually get the lesser of the odds. So I'm going with Yiza as well.
Well, again, like the last fight, I told you the fucking wrestler's going to win, right? Now, we're going to go ahead and move it up. All of a sudden, oh, well, you know what I mean? Weston Wilson has been to the game, to the bowl, has won in the UFC. Yiza fucking has not done it, has not been able to get shit done. Weston Wilson, again, has not fought in a year. I hate that. Yiza also has not fought in a year. I hate that as well. But Weston Wilson has been training. He has been training multiple folks and been working. I haven't seen him on like Caribbean cruises and you know what I mean, out here Conor McGregor it out with fucking women on yachts. You know what I mean? Sorry, I had to fucking censor myself. But Weston Wilson for the win. Because Weston Wilson is a dog wrestler. Weston Wilson has been in this game. Weston Wilson, is he the best? No, but he's a journeyman in the UFC, and he's going to keep doing it. This is a great fight. I was getting ready to say some wild things. I was going to say some lock of night. It's not a lock of night, but
For the love of LOL, Ray.
We're talking about a plus 750. You don't want to throw a buck on Weston Wilson
It's worth it
to see what happens?
Considering how a lot of these underdogs have been hitting. I mean, it's worth it to put a couple bucks
And
and parlay it with some people that you like think are for sure gonna hit. And yeah, I mean that's where it's worth it. Even just one other person you parlay it with is probably a pretty decent payout.
and I just want to say this. My brother, the super analytics monster that he is, makes it happen. Tells the whole story about both fighters. What did he say about Yasha, however you want to say his name? Sorry, not to be disrespectful. He said,
Yeehaw.
I don't have a lot of knowledge or a lot of info on this dude. But there's a lot of info on Weston Wilson. Guess what? Weston Wilson won in the fucking UFC. So we're just going to go with that. Boom. Weston Wilson for the win, for the big win in the UFC. Holla at your boy when you catch that.
Good breakdown, man.
Yo, shouts out Toyo Tor in the chat. Also, giving more, developments as we go. So it looks like Ortega fell while he was cutting his weight. So his fight against Aljo might be canceled, or he just failed, or something like that. But sounds like the co-main event is in jeopardy, y'all. But we still gonna cover it. But does sound like things might be in jeopardy. Moving on though to the fourth matchup on the card, we have a middleweight bout between Michel Pereira going up against Kyle Dawkins. We got Pereira coming in 9-4 in the UFC, 31-13 with 2 no contests overall, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Dawkins coming in. They are 2-4 with 1 no contest in the UFC, 15-4 with that 1 no contest overall, and 4-1 in their last 5 bouts. My pick's going to be with Pereira in this one by either KO or decision. They're going to be the slightly younger and smaller of the two. Well-rounded, but definitely leans towards their striking. Has became more measured over time, but definitely likes to come at you from, odd angles, throw a lot of different types of things at you. But right now in this matchup, he needs to just keep it on the feet and at distance. He was training originally for more of a striker in Marco Tulio, but Tulio ended up having to pull out. So now they've thrown him pretty much a guy who's been grappling a lot. I know during their UFC tender, they were testing their hands, but then when they ended up getting put out of the UFC, they've been really grapple heavy now on the regional circuit. So yeah, he should just avoid grappling at all costs in this one, just for the path of least resistance. Dawkins coming in on short notice, was in the UFC, got put out of the UFC, and is coming in, basically doing a favor. They're going to be slightly older by a year. The bigger of the two, a grappler, primarily with a little bit of hands, but, with this being his second stint in the UFC and what I've seen him doing since then, his last time in, I really believe, and given Michel Pereira's, last couple of performances, he's definitely going to come in grapple heavy, try to wear on Pereira's cardio, try to get at that gas tank and potentially draw the fight out to a decision, or, find an opening for a submission of some sort. So he's definitely going to want to keep this close, get the fight to the ground, and just needs to avoid long-standing exchanges with Pereira, and he'll be good to go. Who we got, guys?
I got Michel Pereira as well. I feel like he has the better stand-up. He has the better body of work overall for as far as like a career. He's been pretty consistent. Yeah, he doesn't lose bullshit fights typically. He usually loses to good guys or people who are on the verge of like on the way up. I feel like he's going to outstrike this guy. I feel like he's going to put on a good show. He usually does good with guys that are dominant wrestlers. Because he's a bigger guy. He usually holds composure pretty good, and he likes a phone booth fight. And so, yeah, I think Pereira is going to be KO. I'll take Pereira for a KO, I believe. I think I took him.
Pereira for the win. Michel Pereira I want you motherfuckers to say his name right. You know what I mean? I know I be wrecking everybody's name, but you know what? I respect this dude. So Michel Piera for the fucking win.
Ray had
For the
salsas today for lunch. Now he's rolling his R's, guys.
I don't give a fuck about what he just said, but I'm gonna tell you that Michel Piera is going to fucking whip a Kyle Dawkins.
How do you say that again?
Michel Piera.
You sound like that dude Torta, that new freaking streamer they got going.
I mean, I love me a torta, like
I'll let him know.
in a couple different ways. No, not no Diddy, my boy. You know what I mean? But anyway, Michel Piera, he is a dog fighter. Fucking obviously 31-13, crazy, like just crazy numbers. Whatever. You know what I mean? He's going to grapple. He's going to strike you. He's going to make it the worst fight of your life. Whether he loses or he wins, he's going to win though, because Kyle Dawkins is not that guy. He's not going to be able to do anything to Michel Piera, because Michel Piera is the dog, the one, the only Michel Piera.
Good shit, Ray.
All right, there we go. Let's give it up for Michel Pereira. Shouts out to Queen Angel in the chat. No biggie on missing last week. It was a wacky. You wouldn't have gained anything from last week.
Nothing but crumbled hearts.
Well, I mean, you'd at least broke even with me. Just gonna say though. But that being said, here you go.
A whole bunch of nothing right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold
thank
up.
you for that.
Did we not see the ROI on my shit? You know what I mean? See, now you guys make me like talk about y'all.
What was the
Only
ROI?
like minus $12.
Oh yeah, exactly, exactly. Like like that's break even. Like you think like $12, like is that shit gonna hurt your pockets? No. I'm not gonna bring up you guys' ROI. You okay? I'm bringing up my own. Okay? Okay? Take this goddamn mic. Don't talk so much shit.
I picked
fuck
Tim
that.
Elliott. I think that makes up for everything.
Tim Elliott. Was
Your
a wild
ROI
pick.
didn't.
That was
Did
a
your-
wild pick. That
did
Tim
your-
Elliott was a wild pick.
Did your ROI like make up for that shit? Did yours? Like see, like you guys made me do this. I don't want to do this.
I'm pretty sure the past couple times, not last card, but the couple cards before that, we had the same amount of wins, even, but my ROI was a lot better. So I was
Yes.
picking more underdogs.
You're only as good as your last card, brother.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's me. I'm right here. Look it. Hand me my belt. Give me my crown. You know what it is.
Hand me my mic. All right, y'all. Moving on to the fifth bout on the card.
Short and sweet, I love it.
We got a lightweight matchup between Rong Zhu going up against Austin Hubbard. We got Rong Zhu coming in 2-3 in the UFC, 26-6 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5. We got Hubbard coming in 4-7 in the UFC, 16-9 overall, and 1-4 in their last 5 boutings. I'm gonna be going with Rong Zhu in this one by either sub or decision. They're gonna be the younger and slightly shorter of the two. Well-rounded, but definitely likes to strike. They should they should look to mix it up though with Hubbard, because Hubbard's super tough. They've never been knocked out, so I feel like them trying to, fish for a knockout, just is gonna be not in their best interest. They should just, try to
not.
wear on Hubbard's energy and try and take this one to decision and just put a beating on Hubbard. So they should just get this fight to the ground if possible, stay measured throughout and just, get a decision victory. But if a finish presents itself, cool. But until then, just, get the W in front of the hometown and, go about your business. We got Hubbard coming in, the older of the two by 8 years, slightly taller, somewhat well-rounded, but he's just a guy who basically just tries to outdog you, outlast you. So I see him trying to fight, and take this one to the cards. Definitely try to draw Rong Su out and, basically just outlast him. But I just don't really see it happening. I don't see where he finds the advantage necessarily to do that over the course of 3 rounds. So I'm gonna be going with Rong Su. Who we got?
I got Rong Su as well. I feel like he's got excellent submission, excellent grappler. This dude's gonna be all over Austin Hubbard.
No, did he?
Rong Su's gonna be on wrong hole, whole time.
In the wrong hole?
Rong Su on wrong hole. Wrong hole.
Right. Like the wrong hole?
I feel like bottom line in Ray's words, Austin Hubbard's kind of a bitch. You think he's gonna do bitch shit?
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel like Rong Zu's gonna take it to him. This is a submission win. By the way, look at Rong Zu and his submission and grappling. It is out of control. Out of control. So you go watch highlights on both of them. I went with Rong Zu. I'm taking him for submission.
That's a bad fucking pick. Anyway, I've been doing this whole fucking night, right? Like Rong Zu, respect to you. You beat up a lot of Asian fighters. That's great. But Austin Hubbard, you are a staple in the UFC, and you have been doing UFC shit for this entire time. That being said, Rong Zu does not do well in the UFC. Let's go ahead and just talk about it. Let's go ahead and just be honest. So that being said, Austin Hubbard for the win, because Austin Hubbard is going.
Sorry.
No, I mean, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you gotta clear your throat. You gotta say some things. It's all good, though. But Austin Hubbard for the motherfucking win. Now, I'm not sure if you guys are following all my picks and the way that I fucking do my shit, but this is getting ready to be a whale. A whale of a fucking card.
He's on the island by himself on the tracker.
Going to shit the bed, as my brother likes to say, or I'm going to rise to the top on some watcher bed shit. But we'll see what happens. Either way, Austin Hubbard for the win, and I gotta pass it over to my bro so he can give you the analysis.
All right, y'all. Moving on to the next one. First off, we don't know if Ortega pulled out of the fight yet, but it's saying that there's reports of it. When I refresh my Tapology, it doesn't show the fight being pulled, so
it will be.
I doubt that. I doubt that they'll pull it. I'm sure Aljo will be willing to take that extra little 25% of Ortega's purse and still whoop his ass.
Absolutely.
Unless Ortega decides he don't want no parts of the fight because whatever. Which his weight's been a issue here as of late. But yeah, Queen Angel, I'm gonna figure out how to get you mod permissions here in just a second. But moving on to our next bout. We got a flyweight matchup between Lonier Kavanaugh going up against Charles Johnson. We got Kavanaugh coming in 2-0 in the UFC, 9-0 overall, and are currently riding an 11-fight win streak between their amateur and pro career. We got Charles Johnson 6-5 in the UFC, 17-7 overall, and 4-1 in their last 5. I'm going to be going with Johnson in this one by either decision or KO. Kavanaugh's going to be the younger and smaller of the two. Somewhat well-rounded, but leans to just basically point fighting. There's nowhere that they're really good at and nowhere that they're bad at. But they're just, well-rounded. Kind of just like a competition fighter. Energetic, definitely can pour on the volume. And definitely should look to move around the cage and just dip in and out in this bout. Johnson's going to be the older of the two by 8 years, bigger in stature, a striker with a little bit of grappling, but overall should have the edge in the striking. Definitely got good boxing. They need to keep this fight standing and just close the distance between them and Kavanaugh. And like I said, just avoid finding themselves chasing them around the cage. But I'm going to be going with Charles Johnson. Who we got, guys?
I took Charles Johnson as well. I feel like he's the harder hitter in this fight. He's faced better competition, beat better competition. I believe he beat Josh Van.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
That was live. I watched that shit live.
And, I feel like Kavanaugh's going to apply pressure. He's a good counter striker. He has really good range management. But Charles Johnson has really good boxing, and he throws with everything that he has. He just it's not a it's no wonder he has so many knockouts on his resume. And I feel like for what this fight is going to be, it's going to be another knockout for his resume. I'm taking the zombie fighter, Charles Johnson. Who you got, Ray?
Wait, who did you take, Cam? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
You
to
took
you.
Charles Johnson.
You guys both did that shit. No, you guys both fucked up. You guys both are
Yes, you
shit.
took
You guys
Kavanaugh.
both can't fucking figure it out. You guys both don't understand how I'm the greatest ever. Follow my picks, cause I'm picking Loner Kavanaugh. You guys know I don't even want to pick the Chinese fighter, but I'm doing it, right? You know why I'm doing it? Cause I know he's gonna fucking win. You guys are picking a fucking loser. Cool. Whatever. That's fine.
There's no Chinese fighter in this fight, bro. Charles Johnson's.
Oh no. Oh
He's
no. Oh no.
American
Oh
and-
no. Oh no. Oh no. There's not. There's not a Chinese fighter.
Kavanaugh. What kind of Chinese dude's name is Kavanaugh?
I don't fucking know. Maybe somebody that got fucking boned by a fucking soldier that was living in China. And then they made this fucking little Kavanaugh dude. And now he's like, he hates his life. Because like he only has like a single mom. And his dad's like over in the U.S. somewhere in like Houston.
Who the hell
and,
are you
like,
picking, Ray?
I already told you, Lorna Kavanaugh, bro, for the win. Like,
Why are you taking him for the win?
asking too many goddamn questions.
I'm asking you what you're supposed to be fucking saying, God damn it.
You're asking all these fucking questions. I literally explained it. I explained it. I explained the fact that, like, I'm going with my guy.
Because he's Chinese, he's gonna lose?
I just said he was gonna win. You're not fucking listening to me,
But
my
you
boy.
said, but
See, you're like
you were going
like
against
my-
the Chinese
you're like
fighter.
my-
You're going against the Chinese, and now you're saying you're going with it. You're taking him because he's Chinese. So he is or he's
I
not.
never said that. I never fucking said, like, run it back. I never said I'm taking him because he's Chinese. I'm taking him because he's a dog. I said I don't generally take the Chinese fighter because
Okay,
they're definitely.
So
I'm not bad.
didn't make
I'm
that.
gonna say the wild shit, right? But like, boom, he's gonna beat Charles Johnson. That's my pick. Cool. Lona Kavanaugh for the win. Moving on.
I just want to say also that Loner Kavanaugh, like he has like London ties, so he's kind of more of like he was born in China. I think that's probably the best way to put it. He was born in China, but really he be training out in London and shit like that. So but regardless. Moving on to the next bout, we have a lightweight matchup between Mahashete Haisier going up against Gay Zhang. We got Haisier coming in. They are 2-3 in the UFC, 10-4 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. We got Young coming in. They are 0-1 in the UFC, 9-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5. I'm going to be going with Mahashete in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be the slightly bigger of the two. A striker primarily. They got a little bit of power in the hands, but they do tend to fade as the fight goes. So they're going to need to stay measured in this one. I think that's something that they learned in their last bout. They kind of went too hard chasing for the finish when they found themselves out ahead and then found themselves behind, and then it just turned into a dogfight, and he just happened to end up on the short end of that one. So like I said, he fades as the fight goes, but in this one, I think if he just manages distance, stays measured, and just avoids the phone booth, aspect of the fight, I think he'll be good to go. Young's going to be slightly smaller of the two. Both these cats are the same age, just want to note that. A striker primarily in their own right, and pretty much my breakdown of them is the same as Mahashete. So that's really it. Both these guys just need to manage their distance and stay measured, and whoever wants it more will get it done. So in my opinion, though, I think Mahashete wants to, redeem himself after losing his last time out in front of, the Chinese crowd. So I'm going to go with Mahashete. Here you go.
I took Gay Zhang. Don't know a whole lot about him. I know he's a dog fighter. He has a crisp boxing. He has, somewhat better of a gas tank, I feel, than Mahachate does. Mahachate does have a questionable gas tank. Overall, I feel like this is a low IQ fight, so it's going to be somewhat of a phone booth fight, you know what I mean? Two guys in there fucking rock'em sock'em robots type shit. So I'm taking Gage Young for the win. What you got, Ray?
Not a bad pick, but the wrong pick. Mahashate is going to beat the shit out of Gage Young. I told you, I don't be picking the China fighters, but I am picking this dude because this dude is going to rock and sock this dude's fucking bot. Or maybe his box, because he probably has a box. Because he's not gonna win. He's not gonna win. There's no way. So Mahashate for the win. Also, after I say that Mahashate is gonna win, we need to have a look.
So that's another Chinese fighter. I just want to let you know.
That's 2.
2-0.
Oh, 2. Like, oh my bad. My bad. I picked
back with the Chinese fighters, my G.
Was too many?
No, it's not. Hey, pick as many as you want. I'm just saying. You say typically you don't go with them, but this is 2 against 2 Americans.
Great. Can we talk about the fucking like the odds or the percentages that I've done so far? Yeah. Tuck it in. Okay. That being said, I think that me and my folks right here need a break for just a second. You guys are gonna stay on this real quick.
You just told my co-host to tuck it in like he was Bubba Gump. That's wild, bro.
Sometimes you gotta say that, bro. Anyway, we're gonna have a huddle, okay?
A huddle?
We're gonna have a huddle for a second.
This is as close as we're gonna get.
I know, but we're gonna you set your little mic over that way. Like they're probably gonna hear it. But like the people that want to hear it, they will. But we're gonna just like huddle for a second, okay? Are we trying to finish this shit up and make it fast or not?
Boy, yeah, we're trying to finish it up, but this ain't helping, nigga. Let's get on to the next fight. We're on to fight number 7.
Then fucking hurry up then.
Nigga, we got 5 more.
We're back.
That was.
What?
Ever ask me to huddle again? Moving on to the main card, y'all. This is the beginning of the main card we're going into. We got a welterweight matchup between Tayalaki Naraji going up against Kiefer Crosby. We got Naraji coming in, making their UFC debut. They're 11-1 overall with 1 no contest and are currently on a 5-fight win streak. We got Crosby coming in. They're 0-2 in the UFC, 10-5 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. I'm sorry. 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. I'm going to be going with Naraji in this one by just strictly a KO. Like, I think that's the only way they can get this done. They don't go to decision often. They're the younger and bigger of the two. A striker primarily. I don't got much info on them, but really that's literally what they're going to have to do is just come out and do what got them here to the show. Crosby, on the other hand, is going to be older and smaller of the two. A striker primarily with some grappling, and he should probably lean into that and mix it up to just slow this fight down. He needs to draw Naraji out and see what their cardio is all about, being that they don't go to decision. And, yeah, that's really the only way I can see them getting it done. But I'm going to be going with Naraji. Who we got?
I took Kiefer Crosby. I feel like he's a brawler and probably the dog-ear fighter in this fight. And I feel like with his power, he's going to get it done. Who you got, Ray?
Kiefer Crosby is a sacrificial lamb, my dog. What the fuck are you talking about? They need at least a couple fighters to fucking win. Go ahead.
I will note Naraji's coming in on short notice. Kiefer Crosby was set to face somebody else on this card, so I do want to note that.
Full count.
Sweet, my dog. Like that's like a great pick or whatever. You know what I mean? And we'll talk about it later. You know what I mean? And like if I gotta eat crow on that shit, I'll eat crow. I don't care. But my boy, Kiefer Crosby, look at his fucking record. Look at like who the fuck he is. He is not the winner that you want him to be. He's not going to be the winner against this particular person. It just is what it fucking is. I go for my win. I'm gonna take my win. It is what it is. Go ahead. Let's get to my goddamn parlays. Hurry up.
Well, we're almost there, bro. Fucking, we got a flyweight matchup next. We got Sumadarji going up against Kevin Borjas. We got Sumadarji coming in 4-4 in the UFC, 17-7 overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 fights. We got Borjas coming in. They are 1-2 in the UFC, 10-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 fights. I'm going to be going with Sumadarji in this one by either decision or KO. They're going to be slightly older by a couple years. The bigger of the two, a striker primarily. And in this fight in particular, they should definitely just like use their length, keep the fight at distance. They got good cardio, but they need to stay in Borjas' face the entire time and just, keep them on their back foot. As long as they can avoid letting Borjas in close, I think, as long as they're just trying to land punches on him, as long as they don't let Borjas get in there with any elbows and knees or, start getting that leg kick going, I think that Sumadarji can get this one done. Borjas is going to be slightly younger and smaller of the two, a volume striker, a capable finisher at that, but he's going to need to close the distance in this one, make it a little messy. They got good cardio and may even have the advantage in that department. But he just needs to avoid, like I said, getting walked down by Sumadarji and eventually, trapped against the cage where, then he's just taking off on him. But I'm going to be going with Sumadarji in this one. Who we got, guys?
I took Kevin Borjas. I feel like he's a harder hitter. He's a better boxer and the better counter striker. Sumadarji. He has good striking. He's a dangerous striker, but his striking isn't as polished. I feel like he's going to get the lesser of the exchange if they stand in front of each other and try to box like a phone booth fighting. I feel like Borjas has more. He throws more of them haymakers, those looping haymakers, and he likes to bounce in and out. He doesn't sit flat-footed for too much. He does keep his head on zero, so he does potentially put himself in there to get knocked out at times, but I feel Borjas has the better boxing and the better footwork, and that's what's going to be the deciding factor of this.
Finally, you pick someone that's going to fucking win. Kevin Borjas is going to beat the shit out of Sumadarji. Kevin Borjas is going to be more active. Sumadarji is, he's scary, right? He has scary knockout power if he wants to, but, he's an old motherfucker, you know what I mean? Not to hate on old motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Because I'm one of them. But there's no way that Kevin Borjas doesn't take this dude down again.
He's not old, bro.
He's not old?
He's just older.
Okay. How old is he then? If I'm so wrong.
Not terribly different in age. That was only a couple years.
Nigga's 29, bro.
Look at his face. His face is 38.
What are you talking about? He looks like a fucking... Yeah. Looks like a young boy.
Okay.
He's about to go to his first day of 6th grade right there.
What are we talking about?
If you... okay.
Do you even know UFC?
I would love, no, feel free to pick up all our, you know what? Next week, I will have our fucking stats. Next week, from this tracker, I'm going to go ahead and watch all the tracker shit. I swear to God, I will.
Bring the stats for
And
the
I'll
card
bring all the
that
fucking
matters.
stats, and we'll see what the
Bring
fuck
it for
I am.
the card that matters, and it'll be this.
Tell me the last card I lost. Hey, first of all, when you showed up, when's the last time I lost a card? I haven't lost a card. I haven't.
To be honest with you guys, I don't think
right?
either one of you guys have lost the card in a while.
No, I haven't. He did. But I haven't. You guys literally last both weeks. I mean, got it. It's cool. You know what I mean? But me, never done it.
Weren't you talking about making this fast?
No.
Weren't you saying you were trying
I'm trying to, but you guys are going to talk shit to me
For the
and
love
not let
of
me
Lowell
to fucking
Mason,
say
will
all
you make
things.
a pick?
Hold up. For the love of Lowell Mason? For the love of Lowell Mason, I'm just going to tell you, I'm going to fucking win, okay?
Shout out, Pops.
Shout out, Pops.
There we go. Okay.
All right.
We'll let it be that. Kevin. Done. Win.
Good pick.
Thank you. Real quick, shout out Cesar Marin in the chat. You think China is going to let Chinese fighters lose like that on the main card? Crosby is food. So we got a supporter for RayBuck's take on Crosby.
Bro, China respects the fucking card. They truly, what?
Go ahead, finish.
Yo. You know what, Queen Angel? I ain't gonna say what I'm supposed to say, but that's wrong.
Do you even UFC RayBucks?
I'm gonna let that one ride as well. You know what I mean? If a third one gets in there, I'm wilding out. I'm gonna fucking crash out. Just so you guys know.
All right, well, let's make this quick then. Moving on to the featured bout of the night, we have a heavyweight matchup between Sergey Pavlovich going up against Waldo Cortez Acosta. We got Pavlovich coming in. They are 7-3 in the UFC, 19-3 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5. We got Cortez Acosta coming in. They are 7-1 in the UFC, 14-1 overall, and are currently riding a 5-fight win streak. I'm going to be going with Pavlovich in this one by KO. They're going to be the slightly shorter of the two with a significant reach advantage, though, to make up for that height disadvantage. A power striker primarily. But I will say, you know, they present somewhat of a limited arsenal. But in terms of just a heads-up striking match, I believe that they can get this one done against Cortez Acosta. They just need to keep this fight close. You know, get Waldo up against that cage and, you know, just start landing power. But they have to avoid chasing Cortez Acosta because Cortez Acosta is going to be elusive. He is going to move around that cage. They're going to be the slightly taller and less rangy of the two, but definitely a power striker in their own right. And Cortez Acosta most likely will hold the edge in volume and the speed possibly. So Pavlovich is going to, when he lands, he has to make it count every time. And then, like I said, Cortez Acosta needs to move around the cage and just dip in and out. And for me, I would say they should just shoot for the decision victory. I don't think they should try and, you know, go for any finishes that don't just, you know, present themselves very easily. I would just say, you know, go ahead and fight for decision. But I think Pavlovich can get this done, like I said, in terms of just a straight-up striking match, which this should be. So I'm going to be going with Pavlovich. Who we got?
I took Sergey Pavlovich as well. I feel like he's the harder striker. He's the better boxer. He's faced better talent, and he's pushed through harder fights. I feel like this is a step up in competition for Waldo Cortez Acosta. And he is going to have the higher output of energy of ducking in and out of there, but it's going to be for a reason because Pavlovich is going to be putting them freaking hands on him. He's just a harder hitter no matter what hand he hits you with. So if you stand and try to strike with him, usually fighters take a couple punches, give and take a little bit, but it's definitely less given whenever you're fighting somebody with arms long like that, and even when his shoulders are square, I feel like he still has the reach advantage of the boxing. So his boxing is crisp as well. I'm taking Pavlovich for KO TKO.
Retarded Alvin Drago is not gonna beat fucking Waldo Cortez. Okay, let's go ahead and just say that. Waldo Cortez is a seasoned fighter, a great fighter, and super dope. It's time for me to crash out. Sorry, guys. Queen Angel, this is your, you know what I mean, your shit, right? I'm going to let you know I'm going to win this fucking card. I'm going to be the best. I'm always going to be the best. I'm the fucking dopest that's ever done this shit. Sorry that I'm like running into your time, but I'm ill as fuck. Sergey Pavlovich is not going to win. Boom. Let's go ahead and move it to fucking Aljamain Sterling winning. I'm going to call that shit. And then, in addition to that, okay, I'll leave that alone. Go ahead.
All right, y'all. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening, potentially. I don't know. Right now, according to the chat,
Yeah, it feels like it's falling apart.
there's a chance that Brian Ortega shit the bed, which, doesn't surprise me somewhat because he's been having weight issues already. And he even said in his media day that, he's really considering moving up to lightweight and he would love not to have to make this weight cut anymore. So it sounds like those motivations are starting to seep through, in a professional way, unfortunately. But hopefully this fight still is on. But we'll cover it anyways. We got Brian Ortega going up against Aljamain Sterling in a featherweight matchup. This is going to be a 5-round co-main event, by the way. I just want to let y'all know that. So that plays a huge factor into this. We got Ortega coming in 8-4 in the UFC, 16-4 with 1 no contest overall, and 2-3 in their last 5 bouts. We got Sterling coming in 16-5 in the UFC, 24-5 overall, and 3-2 in their last 5 bouts. I'm gonna be going with Sterling in this one by either decision or sub. They're gonna be the older by 2 years and the shorter of the two, but they will have the reach advantage. They're a grappler primarily with okay striking, somewhat unorthodox striking. But really they're a decision machine and or grappling specialist with great cardio. They definitely should look to just get this fight to the ground as soon as possible and avoid any long-standing exchanges with Ortega. Ortega's going to be the younger and taller of the two, less rangy though, well-rounded in their own right. And I would say like they are well-rounded. They don't necessarily lean either way. And in this particular matchup, I would say that they should just only use the grappling to keep this fight on the feet and make it a striking match, primarily. So he needs to keep, Sterling on the back foot and avoid any grappling if possible. So I'm going to be going with Sterling in this one. Who we got, y'all?
There's just been an announcement that the fight is off. I'll go ahead and do the commentary.
Hell yeah, bro. Like, I respect that. Like, good shit.
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, fucking fat ass can't make weight.
Well,
Amateur.
let's just move past that one, I guess.
I guess we're
Brian Ortega. What the fuck, man?
Seriously.
That's some weak ass shit.
You can't stop putting stuff in your mouth?
Jesus Christ. Okay. I guess Darren, will you give Cameron the mic? I'm gonna do it with him if you don't mind.
Oh, he wants to do the co-main.
Oh, for real?
Even I hate this shit. You know what I mean? I don't like this shit, but like
Okay. Well, folks, moving on to the main event of the evening. Hey, damn, bruh. You sounded like you enjoyed that a little bit. Not really. I think you did. Damn, bro, I can't believe this shit, bro. That definitely now just makes this a little more top heavy of a card. With that co-main, it was cool, but now we got to move on to the main event, y'all. We got a light heavyweight matchup between Johnny Walker going up against Minyang Zhang. We got Walker coming in 7-6 with 1 no contest in the UFC, 21-9 with that 1 no contest overall, and are 2-2 with 1 no contest in their last 5 bouts. We got Zhang coming in. They are 3-0 in the UFC, 19-6 overall, and are currently riding a 12-fight win streak. I'm going to be going with Zhang in this one by either KO or sub. Walker's going to be the older of the two by 6 years. Significantly bigger, like super bigger in this fight. Well-rounded, but definitely leans to their striking. They need to mix it up and test Zhang's cardio. But the problem with them is they're super chinny. And that's going to be hard for them to avoid getting their chin tapped over 5 rounds if they don't enact some type of grappling plan. So I think that they definitely need to draw this fight out, incorporate much more grappling than they're used to, and, just try and slow down or mitigate Zhang's offense. We got Zhang coming in. They're going to be the younger of the two, smaller in stature, but a power striker with some grappling. I don't know how much they're going to have to, use it in this bout. They need to keep this fight standing, though, regardless. pressure Walker, walk him down, and just get them up against the cage and eventually just land that nice one on him or that series of them on him and then eventually just put him down. He needs to stay measured and not chase the finish. I know that that's something he's used to. He's just a knockout machine, but he needs to stay measured, get the win in this main event, and just avoid grappling if Walker does decide to switch the game plan up. I'm going to be going with Zhang in this one. Who we got, y'all?
I took Zhang Mingyang. I feel like he's a good grappler. They both hit pretty hard. I feel like their power is about the same. But I do think Minyang has the advantage on. He has a better chin. He's a harder person to put down. He's been in some dog fights and still hasn't put his ass to the mat. I feel like he is a tough fighter, and his gas tank's questionable because he's usually a heavier set guy. But I feel like a higher output. Johnny Walker's going to come out trying to take presence of the center of the octagon. Because I feel like he's going to, I just feel like he's going to try to end this fight early in the fight. He knows this guy is a phone booth fighter and he's willing to get down, and he might try to take advantage of it, but he does not have the chin to withstand that. What do you got, Ray?
Johnny Walker has a terrible chin. I will say that. Like you both of your analysis are right.
Thank you, Ray.
But Johnny Walker is a boss, is a beast. Is like not the final boss, but he's solid. He's a good dude. Like, and he can like throw hands. He can also grapple. He can also defend the takedown. I think in my last breakdown of him, I took a lot of weight from him. I talked some shit. You know what I mean? And I think he did lose, but I mean, because I was right, because I'm always right. But that being said, I do believe that Johnny Walker is going to fucking show up and show out. Smack this dude in his motherfucking face in front of his home country. And that's what's going to fucking happen because he's supposed to do that shit. And we expect him to do that shit because why? He's a UFC dog. He's a UFC veteran. He's a UFC journeyman. He's supposed to make this shit happen. And that's what's gonna fucking happen, in my opinion. Watch it happen. Watch me get all this fucking money. But I'm sorry for my two co-hosts extraordinaires. I love them both. They're both my brothers. But Zhang, bad Zhang for you, bad Zhang for you, whatever though. We're gonna move on to the next part of this shit, right? I'm gonna hand it over to Cam.
All right, y'all. We're going to move on. That's the card. So just in case you're just tuning in or just finding out, the co-main event has been canceled for the UFC Shanghai card. Brian Ortega versus Aljamain Sterling is no longer taking place. Brian Ortega having weight cut issues. That's a damn shame. So it's going to be 11 fights on this card. I want everybody to be aware that these fights start at 1:40 in the morning. That's mountain time. So that shit means that they start about like 3-something on the east and fucking about 11 o'clock on the west. So just keep that in mind. We are going to move into parlays, y'all. Do y'all got any parlays for this week?
I ain't got no parlays for this week. What you got, Ray?
Me neither, because this is too close to call.
I don't want this mic. I want that mic. I need this shit to be. I can only filter myself so much, so I have to like have a little bit of a filter on something. You know what I mean? So I'm literally reading this off of my my DraftKings account, just so you guys know. This isn't bullshit. This is. Oh, and like, okay, let me just say this. Let me get loud, right? I only say shit that I've actually done. I only bet on shit. If I call it out, I bet on this shit. That being said, I'm going to give you some of the greatest parlays that have ever been given. Hey, I always do a full pick parlay on all my shit. And I will say, I bet $1 on that shit. On a 12 pick parlay. That's going to win me $21,000 if I hit it. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying I did it.
Nigga, can you give the parlays?
Calm it the fuck down.
Cheese and
Come
rice.
on, man. I'm almost there.
All right. 7-pick parlay. I mean, apparently I'm being fucking rushed at this point. 7-pick parlay. Uh, you, Wilson, Pieta, Brawls, Acosta, Walker, Sterling. Boom. Done. 7. Get that shit.
Go, okay.
What? Like you're trying to you're rushing me, my nigga. Like I'm
No,
doing
I'm
it.
asking, you gonna do your 12 picker too? You want to give people fucking that fucking 12 picker?
The 12 picker is the shit I just did. The 12 picker is literally how I picked. I picked the whole shit. That's a 12 picker, right? So I'm giving you a 7 after that, right? Now I'm on the 3-year. Boom. This is my 3-year. This is like, you know what I mean? You're a baby girl. You know what I mean? You don't want to get all crazy as shit. Aljamain, Pieta, you, boom, 3-pick. You're gonna fucking win every fucking time. Run it.
Okay, shouts out to Vincent Song in the chat. He claims, or they claim, it didn't get, the co-main isn't canceled. They're just going to fight at a catch weight. So I'm not too sure about that. With that being the case, gentlemen, just in case that this fight isn't out, who are y'all going with in the co-main?
I'm taking Aljamain Sterling. I feel like he has the better cardio, better boxing, better defensive boxing, protects his face a lot better, and I feel like altogether he's just a monster for Ortega. From what he's, I wouldn't say from what he's faced, but from where he's at now, skill level wise, I feel.
Aljamain's a
Aljamain's
fucking.
past him.
Aljamain's a dog. Aljamain is always shredded, and like so to bump up a little bit of weight, it's not gonna be hard. He's just gonna fucking drink some water, eat some protein, be fine. So Aljamain's going to beat the fuck out of Brian Ortega. You know what I mean? And we're gonna call it at that. Can we do some outros or something like that? You know what I mean? So we can get out of here because I
Well,
got
yeah,
things to do,
just
bro.
real
Like,
quick, okay. Real quick shout out to the chat, Cesar Marin, Vincent Song, Der Dayer, AZ Nightmare, Queen Angel, not only longtime member of the chat, but also newly bestowed moderator, so we appreciate that. And then shouts out Gomez and Toyo Tor as well. You can throw us a donation, man, if you'd like. We got our buy me a coffee link in the description. So if you want to support us, in the meantime and while we're trying to build these numbers up and get monetized, if you want to help us out, go ahead and go check out that buy me a coffee link in the description. Make sure that you like this episode. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Shouts out to everybody that subscribed over this past weekend. Shouts out to everybody that tuned in to the live watch along this past weekend. Our apologies for not doing a recap. We're probably not going to have a recap. Well, maybe we will have a recap because these shits will end literally at 6 a.m. in the morning. So later on that afternoon, maybe I'm going to probably go ahead and bust out a recap for y'all. So stay tuned for that. You can follow us on IG and TikTok at Bros Talk MMA. You can follow me on those platforms as well at UTICA, UTICA _SME. And we got Isla Vane All. They just said hello to you. Shout outs to you in the chat.
What's up?
And you guys got any parting words?
This is guaranteed. This is Mr. Moneymaker, Mr. Paper Chaser. Thank you for stopping in this week. Rick?
y'all know what it is. It's fucking RayBuck. It's Tackle Jordan. It's fucking the greatest has ever done it. The greatest ever will do it. You know what I mean? And I'm about to smack this card right in its fucking mouth. And then sometimes on its mom's butt. So that being said, enjoy yourself. Enjoy my fucking picks. We are the greatest. We're always going to fucking win. Like my goddamn co-hosts extraordinaires can't help themselves but win. Can't help themselves but be the greatest. And that's what we are. Enjoy yourself. It's Bros Talk MMA. We about to salute y'all. Because we out.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Kevin.
Oh, you good?
Didn't mean to touch